Today, I came to a realization that was difficult to accept, but I know is the stone cold truth. Some of you may have already acknowledged and come to terms with it, and others may disagree with what I'm about to state, only to continue being in denial about it. Regardless, I'm not here to try and convince you on what I think. I have no desire in recruiting people who have the same opinion as me in hopes of creating some kind of movement or to try and send some kind of message, because let's be honest here, Valve just doesn't listen anyways. I'm just going to use my platform and my time to finally vent out all the pent-up anger and frustration that has been built throughout my years of creating content and streaming the game that I used to love, and to tell you guys how I truly feel about the current state of Dota 2 and where I think it's headed. So here goes nothing. I think Dota 2 will die by the end of 2023. The game is nowhere near as good as it used to be, refuses to keep up with modern gaming standards, and has the most lackluster, lazy, pathetic, and out-of-touch game developers of all time. Now allow me to back up my statement by using a comparison. In the past year, its rival and competitor, League of Legends, received 21 different patches. Riot has a strict schedule of patching their game every 2 weeks, something that IceFrog tried to replicate back in 2018, but then failed miserably. Each of these patches have various amounts of balance changes, gameplay updates, new skins, new champions, visual updates, champion reworks, new items, events, and more. Now I will say this, these updates don't always hit their mark. Sometimes Riot doesn't fix a broken hero, and sometimes a reworked hero just dominates the whole entire game. But regardless, the game still does get patches every 2 weeks. If you don't like the game in its current state, come back after a few months and it'll be a completely different experience. Constant updates are key to keeping games from becoming stale, worn out, and just straight up boring. I mean, could you just imagine playing the same game on the same patch revolved around the same meta, picking the same broken heroes every game for months and months on end? Sound familiar? Anyways, guess how many patches Dota 2 has received in the past year? No, seriously, go ahead and guess. I want you to guess. You got a number in your head? Well, the correct answer is 6. 6. Arguably 2, since 4 of them are minor small patches and only 2 of them are major big patches, all in the span of 1 whole year. Now, all I'm going to say is this. If you truly think that there's nothing wrong with a multi-million-dollar competitive game receiving one singular patch every 3 to 4 months, you are incredibly out of touch and are in desperate need of a reality check. And this hurts to say because I truly do think that Dota 2 is an amazing game filled with so much potential, yet the company who's behind it all fails to see any of it. And the main reason why Valve does get away with this trash behavior is because we, as in the community, allows them to. 7.32D was one of the most painful, agonizing, and mind-numbing patches we had to deal with for such a long time. For almost 5 months, heroes like Lina, Riki, Razor, Arc Warden, and a handful of others were just completely out of balance and just absolutely dominated every game they were picked in. We were in desperate need of a patch, fucking borderline begging for one, but as much as we hated it, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. Hope filled us all as we were told that there was indeed going to be a patch after the Lima Major concluded. So we waited patiently, excited and eager to see what 5 months of hard work and $30 million was going to bring us. They finally came up with this absolutely sad, pitiful, and most of all anticlimactic patch ever made in Dota 2 history. Followed up with a, hey guys, give us a break, will ya? The real patch is coming at the end of April. See you later. Seriously, Valve? Really? 5 months. 5 fucking months. Does this look like 5 months and $30 million worth of work? This shit is so bad. An actual AI generated patch would have probably been better. I think it's become pretty clear that Valve just doesn't care anymore. They barely keep the game above water by giving it these half-assed pathetic updates just so they can use it to gain millions of dollars every year. I have put more work into creating this video than Valve has done for Dota in the past 3 years. Valve cares way more about their Netflix anime series than the actual game it stemmed from. And by the way, the anime is fucking god-awful. And I'm pretty sure that Valve themselves have become aware of how far they've fallen. I mean, why do you guys think they just gave away a free battle pass along with a free Arcana all of a sudden? You think they actually wanted to out of the kindness of their own heart? Fuck no. No, it's because they were scared. They were terrified and had no idea how to deal with the public outcry of that year's terrible update and battle pass. So at an absolute panic and complete desperate attempt to keep hold of the last remaining players they have left, they gave us all free shit, only for them to be let off and to continue their absolutely terrible job. I know a lot of you may not like what I'm saying, but the truth is, the truth fucking hurts, and numbers don't lie. We all know that Dota is slowly but surely sinking, but I truly believe that it can still be saved, because the problem with Dota isn't Dota itself. It's Valve. Valve either needs to step up their shit or give the game's rights over to people that actually care. And for any of you Valve shills out there who are defending Valve for this absolutely pathetic behavior and lack of passion, saying stupid shit like, oh, they're trying their best, or we don't need constant updates to keep Dota alive, I truly and honestly believe that you are part of the problem and you're a big reason why Dota 2 is going downhill. And before you criticize and yell at me for being nothing but a Dota 2 hater, take a quick look in the mirror and actually ask yourself, who of us here actually loves this game? Is it me, the person calling out Valve for their lack of work on the game, not giving it the justice and love it deserves? Or you, the person excusing Valve for this lack of passion, thinking that 6 patches a year is completely justified? I'm sorry, but I'm not just gonna sit here like the rest of you juggling Valve's balls in my mouth, parasocially thinking that Gaben's my own father, pretending that the game is completely all fine and dandy, because the sad reality is, it just isn't. And the saddest part is, we've all seen where this road ends for Dota. If things keep going the way that they are and the community has no problem with it, it's gonna turn out just like another one of Valve's forgotten treasures.